Beautiful day. Potential is always a potential for rain. I was at work the other day and it's completely just a downpour, pond in the yard, rainstorm. And then I'm going home. I only live 4 miles away, probably closer as the crow flies. And half the ride was the road hadn't even been wet. And it did make me think. It's kind of an interesting little one of those things. There has to be an edge to every storm. Where is that edge? Like, where's that point where there's like a massive flooding rainstorm and then there's just the town there? It didn't even get it. They literally, there's a line. But anyway, doing the setup. I'll be taping the set and then putting it on my other YouTube channel, The Freakin' Howley, with a PHREAKIN apostrophe space, but no symbol there. HAOLE. Trying to get to 50 so I can stream from there. I used to stream on this one for a brief period, and but something happened to the microphone. So if I were playing a guitar right now, you'd hear my voice, but you wouldn't hear the guitar. If I were strumming it, you still wouldn't hear. So we'll set up here, sleep this running. It's hot. Why I wore a thong. Today is Flag Day. Officially adopted by Woodrow Wilson in 1916. Made an act of Congress in 1949. The flag was adopted, the red stars and stripes, 1777. And then it was first talked about having a Flag Day in 1861 to get morale up for the this Union cause. I first became kind of really aware of it and the funness of it. Of it was bootleg. Well, the Dead played a concert in June 14th, 1984, at Red Rocks. Bobby would always, well, not always, but he would sometimes read facts from his almanac. He said that before the encore. And this day, and the American flag was adopted. I played U.S. blues. Good show too. That was Mr. Fantasy, one of the first Mr. Fantasies, if not the first. Shakedown Street. God, I listened to a show last night from the last year's box set, the 60. It was all about the venues. So I listened to the show I had been at, the Boston Garden, October 3rd, 1994, the last show of the run. And it was a hot fucking show, dude. Good energy. Jerry was on top of it the whole time. A pre-jums going down the road, and Cassidy and going down the road before drums. Box of Rain shakedown, then Cassidy going down the road. They come out with the wheel. I love the wheel. Into Watchtower, Addicts of My Life, which was right on with a good pace. Around and around, and broke down. Great second. First set was intriguing too. Only 54 minutes. They stopped after Birdsong, but Touch of Grey, Beat It On Down the Line. Bruce Lucy, Brewster, Dire Wolf, Black Throated Wind, and Birdsong. That's a diverse. For me, there's a bunch of big tunes. Did I say Touch of Grey? Beat On Down the Line, though. It's always fun to hit Touch of Grey. Black Throated Wind's a favorite. Bruce Lucy, that was just a good set. Although it was only 54 minutes, so it's surprising they didn't do a Promised Land there. Usually they go 60 to 70 minutes. And though it's all random, it's remarkably consistent with the lengths. But those songs found themselves. You listen to a bird song in 72, 73, it was pretty cool. It was cool and jammy. Kind of nice, meandering jam. And then they didn't play it. It didn't come back till I think they started playing it around the acoustic sets in 80. Then it was a big song the rest of the big jam. Kind of a semi mini Dark Star. That there was a really good bird song too. But the funny thing is, I remember being at that show and I was up. It was the old Boston Garden, and I was sitting up on the second level, but on Jerry's side, like right where Jerry was. So I was watching from Jerry. Jerry was in front of me. But I remember somebody asking me before the show, what are you hoping to hear?" And I'd never really gotten a cut, out in the parking lot, sure, but it was weird because I don't know if I'd ever heard Beat It On Down the Line. I'd been to over like 30 shows by that point. And it's a simple little teeny tune, but I love it. And Going Down the Road. I don't know if said that, and they played them both. And Going Down the Road was in a weird spot. I always wondered if that was like one of the roadies or something. I would have recognized Steve Parrish but anyway, I didn't wonder if till recently. I'm like, I wonder if that was somebody who worked for them and just kind of goes out there and picks somebody or something. Or if Jerry heard me. Because Jerry famously was there early all the time and just noodling on his guitar in his little tent, which was probably right down below me. Those are the little mind games you play with yourself. Jerry was looking right at me. Not the 12 string. We'll see. Get that going. I'm reading Heartbreaker by Mike Campbell, the guitarist in the Heartbreakers. So I'm kind of just into, and he's just starting to talk about, he's they're making Damn the Torpedoes right now. They just wrote all those songs, Even the Losers, Refugee. And I haven't mentioned Here Comes the Girl yet. Here Comes My Girl. Great story though. They played Winterland the night before the Dead closed it in '78. So the 30th, which is weird. Who'd have thought the Dead played a bunch of shows leading up? I'm gonna check that. I don't know why. This was '77. I thought it said. I don't know. I'm gonna check all that shit then. But anyway, I believe the story about Petty. It was like their first sellout. Petty all of a sudden it loses his voice. Bill Graham's owns the Winterland. It was at Winterland this happened. And they're like, we might have to cancel the show like 5 minutes before or something. And Bill Graham hears about that. Mike Campbell, right? He's like, he comes in the fucking dressing room. He walks right up to Tom Petty, gets like inches from his face. He's like, listen to me, you little fucking shit. And this is like, quote, obviously, if you ever heard Bill Graham, and if you would, he did talk like that, but you're gonna go out there and fucking sing it, and he did. It used to piss because Jerry Garcia never liked play encores. It used to piss Graham off. He mentions it in his book, and he's like, I don't want to mention names to piss off his fans. Like, Bill, you were extensively tied up with the Dead. We know it was Jerry, and he didn't care, and it didn't matter to his fans. And he's like, why don't I just play the encore and then don't come back out? It was essentially Midnight Moonlight or something. Ah, but they also just hit the point where Petty got his managers, Tony Demetriitis and Elliot Roberts, who was famously Neil Young's manager. But that was the point where they had a meeting. The band was called to a meeting, and Tom wasn't there, but Elliot Roberts was there. And he's basically letting them know it's like, so from now on, it's a 50-50 split. Tom gets 50, and you guys get 50. So that's how that happens. And Stan Lynch wanted to quit. He was the drummer. He's like, fuck this. He had a great line. These are all quoted by Mike Campbell, but Mike Campbell's a quiet, you know. Mike Campbell's been married to the same woman, and I don't think he ever cheated on her since like before the Heartbreakers became famous. It doesn't matter what I think or what you think, but if he has, he regretted it and he only did it once or something. I saw them when he played with. He's got his new band, the Dirty Knobs. I saw him at the Tampa Theater. It's in Ybor City. Little place, kind of like the Paradise in Boston. A little better sightlines. But Stan Lynch, he had a regular drummer, but Stan Lynch was filling in for that drummer. I think Steve Ferrone might be drumming for him now, but who was the Petty drummer after Stan Lynch quit. But it was Stan Lynch, the original Pet Heartbreakers drummer. And they came out and sang stories we could tell at the end together. That was a great show. Mike Campbell's cool, man. Just plays cool guitar shit that you're like, yeah, nothing flashy, just cool. Oops, a song. Oh, that's the freaking Howley. PH. Don't you? Howley. Don't know what Howley is, get with it. Geico guy. This is hot. How you doing, Vic? All right, man. How's it going? A little hot. There's a whole lot hot. I don't know you from. You're just another tired old man. A little bit more air movement all of a sudden when we. Whew. Oh, there's a fan here. Finally, a fan. Hopefully, it's not another string breaker. Definitely recall going through a bout of string breaking last summer and being like, "Well, I never break strings. Oh, they're always breaking." Then I hadn't broken one for months, and then we broke one last week for the first time. So we'll see if it is it's about 9 sort of thing. It's the one that was broken last week. We brought backups. Be warned. You've been warned. Oh no, where's my freaking harmonicas? Oh no. My harmonica break. I know where it's in there. Just try and look at it once before you move it. All right, kitties. What time we got? 2:58. Is that what that says? Almost. I almost made it by 3. Let's go on. Let's do this time. Where can we set up the camera somewhere different? Let's go right there. Just to change things up a little bit. Alrighty, we'll keep you clued in here. We're in Wauchula, Florida. At Honey's Barbecue. No. Where the hell are we? We are at Charlotte's Webb Hub. Wauchula. State Road 64. About 5 miles out of Zolfo Springs, which is to the east. That way. Then I don't know how many miles, 30 to 40 miles west on that road is Bradenton. Kind of goes slightly northwest, not not just west and not northwest, just kind of maybe north southwest. It would be below northwest, but over northwest. Visual aid always helps if you've got yourself a map. Good to still know the art of map making. Your phone dies. Might come in. Actually, it gets to the point where I don't want to clue people into the simple things they can do to make things better for themselves if, God forbid, all the things we come to count on don't work. You know what I mean? We won't miss you. Just saying. And I'm not rooting against you, just you won't be missed. You know what I mean? If you can pull your weight, we're there. We'll give you a hand and we'll do shit together. If not, we're gonna let the zombies eat you. You know what I'm saying? It's more of a survival credo than an anti anything. It's kind of like the put your air mask on first thing. If you're gonna jeopardize the group, like either your laziness, stupidity, or just annoyingness, you know, you're not gonna be invited. And I'm kind of one of those dudes who's just kind of there. I'll help, but I ain't gonna join nothing. You know, I'm on the good side, but I really am not gonna join your thing. I don't want to be part of your community. That's what they got at my RV park. It's all the signs are our community. Community. I'm not. I understand, and I think it's good for people to get involved in that. It's just not for me. It's funny. I was laughing to myself doing the laundry, and I had the pool to myself, which is nice. And I've just chosen this path in life. Never don't have the temperament or something to be management or something. I've never wanted it, but I'm a kind of a. Other than this, there's nothing too weird about me or illegal or anything, and Yet I'm kind of on the living in on the level with people who have a lot of issues. And you kind of just happens, and all of a sudden you look around and you're like, huh. I mean, obviously, I must have some issue that I always end up fucking just saying something stupid or just not wanting to put up with something. That happens a lot. Like I'm just like it's a good company, but it's just creepy, man. The lowest projected temperature this week is 91. You know, and I'm working outside. I don't have to, and that's one part of the thing is I kinda am on top of shit, and it's like I'm receiving shit or doling it out when people come in, and there's a lot of times when there's nothing going on, and it just feels weird to sit there, and it's not easy in the heat either. And my lawnmower, we had a lawnmower there, and I had it looking nice, but the lawnmower died, and they don't want to buy another one. Which, yes, I know that may be a sign. So that's the state of affairs, man. We'll play some tunes. Hopefully, we'll see. I hope the string's out. I don't lose the string quick. WLBE. That's just great. Just draped in sweat. Check, 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 check. All right. So if you're interested here in the music, it'll be on the freaking Howling. All my past sets are up there. The first set here will be up hopefully tomorrow morning. Tomorrow at some point, I'll start it tonight. And set two should be up by Tuesday. It's the freaking Howley. REAKIN apostrophe. And then just no sort of symbol space. HAOLE. I got 37 followers there. I've had that for like 16 years. So we got to get to 50 to stream. Yeah, like 230 on this channel. They have a variety of things. Not all of them well. Not all of them poorly. Yeah. Sunny Eclipse. All right. We're gonna go start to play. Again, to an audience of, I'll give you a quick shot. These are all from inside that food truck. I don't know if they're what they're doing. Maybe they could just be cleaning it. Anyway, so the freaking Holly. I'll probably stream a little later too. Oh, look at this nice dog. Oh yeah, this guy's been here before.